In front of you sits a closed box. No, not that kind of box. Get that out of here. Closed box. Inside is a cat with a vial of poison. The vial has a chance to break, poisoning the kitten, or it could not, and the kitten stays alive. But until you open the box, you have no way of knowing. And so, the cat is both alive and not alive, until you open the box. We'll come back to this, so just keep it in the back of your head. First, I want to talk about these. Fireballs. Fireballs are an integral part of fighting games. Whether it's a Hadouken, a Sonic Boom, or a log. Players have been throwing them out from the highest of levels down to the most casual of players. But for how common they are, fireballs are very easily misunderstood. Spam is a common term used to describe it, but once we get to the peak level of play, it gets a bit deeper than that. Yes, the frequency they're throwing fireballs can be considered spam, but why are pros like Daigo and Knuckle do spamming? Fireballs don't do much damage by themselves, even compared to other special moves, and they usually take longer to come out than your other moves. But they go a lot further than anything else. So now, you can pressure your opponent from all the way across the screen. Your punches and kicks can't reach them? No problem, throw a fireball. But fireballs are slow, right? So your opponent can see it coming and block them. But look here. Not only does their health go down just a tad, they also get pushed back a bit. Every fireball they block, not only do you get a bit of chip damage to their health bar, but you also take a little bit of space from them. While I've been talking, Ryu over here has been throwing fireballs. Ken over here has been blocking. They started here, now they're over here. Look how much space Ryu took, and look how much damage Ken took. All of that sounds great, and is definitely part of why players throw fireballs, but Street Fighter 6 introduced a mechanic that helps reframe things. First of all, blocking attacks no longer deal chip damage. Until you're in burnout, but that's a whole other can of worms. But it does chip your drive gauge, your primary expendable resource. But that's not the big thing. It's this. Pressing medium punch and medium kick together gives you a parry. Not only does parry mitigate most backwards momentum, it also cancels out the drive gauge chip. And by landing the parry in a tight window, you get a perfect parry, where not only does your drive gauge go up, but you cancel all backwards momentum. And yet, if you watch competitive Street Fighter 6, the top players are still actively throwing fireballs. This is where things get a bit abstract. Earlier, I brought up how fireballs can go further than most other moves. The other important thing with fireballs is their active hitbox. Moves are comprised of two things: hurtboxes and hitboxes. When a move's hitbox collides with your character's hurtbox, that's when you get hit and take damage. Most moves you can use only put out a hitbox for a few frames. A frame is a 60th of a second. But fireballs are different. Once the hitbox comes out, not only does it cover your hurtbox, preventing them from contesting you, it remains active until it either goes off screen or hits your opponent. And this is why fireballs are so impactful. Because of the active hitbox and forward momentum, they are perfect for controlling space. Whenever a fireball is thrown, all this horizontal space is contested. Your opponent can't throw out an attack, the fireball will hit them, and they have to stop walking up in order to parry or block. And because of another new Street Fighter 6 mechanic, fireballs can check another option. By dashing, forward twice, during a parry, you enter a drive rush, where you surge forward with a burst of speed empowering your next attack. But you are vulnerable until you can throw out your empowered move, meaning you can get hit out of it. And as you can see, fireballs shut this option down entirely. So fireballs can be used to shut down the approach options of walking, dashing, buttons, and drive rush. Look how NuckleDu is able to keep his opponent locked down just by throwing fireballs.
Already eliminated at this point officially, but he wants to be able to say, you know what, I went 3-2 in my pools, which is very...
We don't throw fireballs just to hit them and do damage. We throw fireballs to limit their options and make them uncomfortable. And coming back to drive rush, fireballs have yet another purpose. Let's say you want to drive rush to get in, but you're afraid your opponent is going to hit you out of it. This is where the active hitbox of the fireball comes back in. If you drive rush after you throw a fireball, your drive rush becomes essentially uncontestable, as the hitbox covers your approach. So not only do fireballs stop your opponent from getting in on you, but they help you get in on your opponent. So fireballs sound great. They seem to do everything. So why aren't we throwing them non-stop? First reason is anti-fireballs. Certain characters have moves that go through fireballs, and in Street Fighter 6, a poorly chosen fireball can lead to a level 3 super that wipes out 40% of your health. But anti-fireball is usually resource dependent.
That's so good.
God,
All reversal.
The science.
Bam! Spring kick, and this is so important.
Usually. And is also usually very committal.
Jake mentioned. It's nice to see that swing of things happening, but Lex looking like you.
So the main reason for why we don't just spam fireballs. This is the reason. The universal option not only in every Street Fighter, but in just about every fighting game. Jumping. Simply by holding up, the fireball will pass harmlessly under you. Most of the time. A fireball is good and fine if they block it, but if they don't,
Oh no!
you're in for a bad time. Your character takes a long time to recover after throwing fireballs, so if they choose to jump, they have a big window to punish you. Throw a bad fireball, and all of a sudden you're eating 35% of your health.
Last a little bit. Oh, jump timing. Immaculate from Idom here. It's the big damage extension and...
So that's how you beat fireballs, right? Just jump at them? Well, let's use a zoner as an example. The quintessential fireball zoner, Guile. Zoners are a character archetype in fighting games. They tend to be strong from far away and have a variety of tools designed to keep you away, where they're the most comfortable. Zoners don't always use fireballs to accomplish this, but a good deal of them do. Anyways, back to Guile. Guile is known for his incredible fireball, the Sonic Boom, but he's also known for his other special move. Flash Kick is his anti-air option. It's fast, hits hard, and has invincibility from jumping attacks. So there's a conundrum. His fireballs get you to jump, but his anti-air punishes you for jumping. But what's the problem? Your jump fails, that's fine. As long as you get one clean jump in for every 3 times you get anti-aired, you still end up ahead. But it's not that simple. Zoner players are aware of this interaction. They have to be. They know you want to jump at them. And guess what? They actually want you to jump at them. Because if you know a jump is coming, and you just anti-air, you get the freest 10% anyone could ask for. Have you tried jumping at a guy holding down back? He is not missing that anti-air.
Yup, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
So there's the final reason to throw fireballs. To get your opponent to jump. So this is what zoners do. Throw out enough fireballs, or long limbs, to stifle your ground options. But not too many so that they're prone to getting jumped in on. It turns into this game of risk-reward. Fireballs being a low-risk option with low reward, you're usually getting space control or an anti-air while risking the occasional jump-in, and jumping being a high-risk, high-reward option. Most of the time you're getting anti-aired, but if you do get in, you get handsomely rewarded. Let's get back to the box from before. But this time, there's no cat in it. This time, what's in the box is a Guile, holding down back. Once you open the box, jump, you'll know whether he did a Sonic Boom or a Flash Kick. But until you jump, the Guile is simultaneously Flash Kicking and Sonic Boom. So would you open the box? You have to. Better be prepared for what comes out.